Hey guys, welcome back. So today you can see we have a different background. I've actually been staying at my sister's house for the past week and a half. So for today we have another video talking about anime. I really like talking about anime and showing my anime list. So I've been wanting to film this video for a while. I've had this idea for a while. Today I'll be talking about the animes I've dropped in my entire life watching anime. So in total I've dropped 17 animes and I'll talk a little bit about them and explain why I dropped them. So the order I'm going to talk about them, it's by alphabetical order. It's the order that they are organized in MyAnimeList, so the order doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, the first one is Ai Tenshi Desetsu Wendik Beach. So I started watching this one in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I remember I was still in my first year of uni. I believe it was the first half of 2019, because then I went to China, so I'm pretty sure it was maybe March, May. This one I watched 6 episodes out of 51 and I gave it a 3 out of 10. The reason I actually wanted to watch this anime was because when I was small, I remember, and I have very vague memories of this, of watching an anime, but I didn't know what it was. It was I have these memories of a ring with a heart. And then I remember doing some research and I actually found this one. And I thought, oh, maybe it's this one because the characters seem familiar to me. I watched it, and I didn't expect it to be this bad. And actually I don't think this is the anime that I remember watching. The reason I dropped it is, first of all, it's literally a cheap Sailor Moon ripoff. Instead of them being sailors, they are brides, which I think it's kind of a stupid idea, but and then they're just annoying in general. The romance part are literally unbearable. Literally they are terrible, they're annoying, they're dumb. And yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone. It's just annoying. And yeah, it's literally a cheap Sailor Moon ripoff. Even the little transformations. And the main character is so you just want to strangle her. So yeah, it's annoying. I don't recommend this one at all. Then we have an anime called Art. I actually started watching this one on the 25th of April 2020, and yeah, I do to point down the dates I start and finish an anime, because I just like to keep track of things, and I love lists and stuff like that. So yeah, this one I watched 5 out of 12 episodes and then I gave it a 5 out of 10. Honestly, I dropped this one because on the second half of 2019 to 2020, and then majorly the first half of 2021, I was really struggling mentally, especially with my OCD, and I just couldn't watch anime or just honestly anything with subtitles properly, because my OCD was just messing with me, and I literally had full-blown panic attacks watching anything, especially anime. So the major reason I dropped this one was because of that. But also it just I think it was just kind of boring. One thing I the major thing with this anime is this girl in the Renaissance era that wants to be a famous painter. And back then only men could be famous painters. Girls literally had no rights. So I like that they talk about these topics and talk about misogyny and stuff like that. But it's honestly most of it is just really plain and boring. And yeah, I didn't even make the effort to finish it, because in 2020, even though I was struggling, I still watched surprisingly a lot of anime. I watched basically the entire JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. So yeah, I didn't even make like the huge effort, for me at the time to finish it. So yeah, but this one I don't think it's bad. It's just like meh. Then we have Bakuten, which I only watched 2 out of 12 episodes, and then I gave it a 6 out of 10. And I started watching this one on the 9th of April 2021. This one also, the reason I dropped it was because of like my OCD, but also I didn't like it just didn't really spark my interest. This is like a typical sports anime, and there isn't anything special about it. And I also didn't really like make the effort to finish it. But I don't think it's bad because I actually give it a 6 out of 10, and it has a lot of like famous voice actors. Like you have the one that voices Levi. But yeah, this one it's not bad. It's just like really like it's just a typical sports anime. Then we have Beelzebub, which I watched 6 out of 60 episodes, but I do believe I watched more. I'm just not sure, and I gave it a 6 out of 10. So this one, the reason I dropped it was because I forgot on which episodes I was, because I watched this a long time ago, maybe like 2013 or 14, when I was really getting into like anime, like discovering more animes online. And I dropped it because I remember like the computer I had, I used to like that download the animes, and the computer I had at the time just like died. And then I got a new one, and I forgot on which episode I was on, and I grew up, and I kind of lost interest in it. But I remember it being like really funny. So yeah, that was the reason I dropped it. I don't think it's bad at all. Then we have Bishojo Seishi Sailor Moon Crystal. I watched 6 episodes out of 26, and I gave it a 6 out of 10. This one, like, I loved it. It's Sailor Moon. But the reason I dropped it was because since I watched like the OG Sailor Moon, I didn't feel the need to watch it. I just watched it out of like curiosity to see, oh, they did a remake of this. Let's see how it is. But yeah, I didn't feel the need to watch it. And also, I think I know I talked about this before, but shoujo anime is just like, I don't really have the patience for them anymore. So yeah, but nevertheless, I think Sailor Moon Crystal is great. Then we have Boruto, which surprisingly I watched 97 episodes out of 293, and I think I watched too many episodes, and I gave it a 3 out of 10, which I think I was pretty generous about it. Now, this one is like a really, sensitive topic for me because, and I started watching this one on the 20th of December 2017. And Boruto, it's just like, as someone who is like a huge like Naruto fangirl, I've literally watched everything Naruto. I even have like a Sasuke tattoo, and I'm a huge like Sasuke like fangirl. But this anime is like a total like, for me in my opinion, and like don't come after me because I don't care. This anime for me is like a total like disrespect for like the Naruto like name or like brand. Like it's just like a joke. This anime literally is a joke, and I cannot understand how there are some people that like it and think it's even better than the Naruto anime, which I'm personally like offended by that. So yeah, this anime literally like is a joke. It's just so like dumb. Like especially I didn't watch those episodes, which thank God. Like the ones like that episodes with like the dinosaur and like Sasuke like almost dying because of the dinosaur. I was like, what the hell, like Sasuke, like you are literally one of the most like powerful like ninjas like ever. How like did this happen? It's dumb. And don't even get me started on the couples like Sasuke and Sakura. It's just like, I remember when like they announced that they got together, I was just like so like depressed. I literally like didn't even watch like Naruto. I was like, I don't care about Naruto anymore. I just like got me so triggered. Like I can't believe, because I cannot stand Sakura, and like they putting them together is just like literally a slap in the face to everyone. And Sakura is, I'm not gonna even say what she is and what I think about her, because people are going to come after me, because I know those little like Sakura fans are like insane. But yeah, this anime is just a joke, and that's all I have to say about it, because I could make a whole video about why I hate Boruto. Okay, moving on. Then we have Dramatical Murder, which I watched 2 episodes out of 12 and I gave a 3 out of 10. So if you know Dramatical Murder, and if you played the game as I did, this anime was like, what even is the point about this? Like, and that's all I have to say about it, honestly. Then we have Elfen Lights. This one I watched 4 episodes out of 13 and I gave it a 5 out of 10. This one was basically the same like case of Beelzebub, because I watched this one in like 2013, 14. And then I think I just like, since I was discovering more and more animes, this one kind of got like swept under the rug and I kind of lost interest in it. So I just like didn't even bother like watching it. Then we have Igurashi no Nakokoroni, which I watched 2 episodes out of 26, and I didn't even give it a rating because I don't think I watched enough to like give it a rating, and like I don't even remember like really what happened in those 2 episodes. I also watched this one in 2019, and I think I watched it because one of my like ex like friends in like uni like recommended to me, and I watched it and I was like, I don't see like, I just thought it was like boring, but I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. Then we have Junjo Romantica, which I watched 4 episodes out of 12 and I gave it a 3 out of 10. As someone who likes yaoi, this like anime just like really gave me the icks. Consent is like basically not a thing in yaoi, but in this anime specifically, it just really like made me feel really icky. I can't explain it. So yeah, and then we have Lost Stage, which I was 3 out of 10 episodes and give it a 5 out of 10. It's basically the same thing as Junjo Romantica, honestly. Then we have Modao Zushi, which I watched 1 episode out of 15 and I also didn't give it a rating. This was also like a recommendation from that ex-friend. She like recommended to me and I tried to watch it, but I was just like confused the entire episode. Like Chinese animes for me are just like so weird. They're like not for me. Like the characters all look the same, and since they all look the same, I can't memorize the names, and it's just like a huge like mess for me. So I like literally gave up after the first episode. Then we have Shingeki no Kyojin picture drama. This one actually is pretty cute. I only like dropped it because I think it was like, it's not like an important anime. So I kind of didn't even bother to finish it, but it's actually pretty cute. It's like a chibi like version of Shingeki no Kyojin. I watched 4 episodes out of 9 and gave it a 6 out of 10 because I think it's cute. Then you have Tianguang Cifu, which I watched 3 out of 11 episodes and I gave it a 6 out of 10. This is the same case as Modao Zushi. Chinese animes just aren't for me. They confuse me, and they like, the characters are the same. So then we have Tokyo Ghoul, which I watched 8 out of 12 episodes and I gave it a 4 out of 10. I watched this when it was like coming out in like 2014. So there was all this hype about it. I remember really liking it on like the first like 5 episodes. But then Kaneki just became like really annoying, and it was getting like really, really, really like popular. It was literally getting like ridiculous and annoying, so I kind of dropped it, and honestly I just think it's overrated. Then we have Tomodachi Game, which I watched 2 episodes out of 12 and gave it a 3 out of 10. I watched this one as it was coming out, started watching this one on the 5th of April 2022, and I dropped this one because I think it's way too fast-paced. Like, it's a struggle to even understand what's going on, and it's way too like over dramatic, and it gave me so much anxiety. Like, I watched it on Crunchyroll, and the parts where they were like explaining the rules of the games, there were like subtitles here, and then subtitles here, and it's just I was just like I couldn't like keep up, just like more reading than like watching. So I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm not even like going to try to read more, to watch more, because it just like made me anxious, to be honest. Finally, we have the last one in our list, and it's Vampire Night Guilty. Now this one, I don't think I even like, I didn't watch the entire first episode. I maybe watched like half of it or not even that. And I give it a 1 out of 10. So Vampire Night for me is just like disgusting. I remember watching the first season when I was like 13 or 12. So yeah, I was pretty young to watch this one. But I remember watching it, and then when I realized that she, ended up like dating her brother, like having like and then I discovered they have like a daughter together. I was so like horrified. I remember being so anxious. And I remember like that day I actually went to like a doctor's appointment with my mom, and I was like, you could see in my face that I was like so like horrified. And I was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And then I was just like sobbing and burst into tears, and I was like super worried. And it's like, what's going on? And I was like, I watched this like anime, and like she, started dating her brother, and like just like too much for me. My mom was like trying to like comfort me, but I was like terrified, horrified, it was disgusting. And this one I was like, nope, I not even going to try, and I like dropped it immediately. So yeah, Vampire Night for me is that like that forbidden anime that don't even like talk about it in front of me because it traumatized me as a child. And yeah, that's all the animes. In total there are 17. I hope this list, like my drop list, doesn't grow, because I've actually been putting more effort in like finishing the animes I start. Like when it comes to like my OCD thing, like I'm getting better at it. It doesn't like I think I'm basically over it. Sometimes I get those like intrusive thoughts, but I've got pretty good at like getting over them, and not like getting so entangled and like responding to them. So I've been pretty good at that. As you like saw in the other video I posted, I actually watched 29 animes in 2022. In 2022, I think I dropped like one. I thought I dropped like two like animes. Let's hope this year I don't drop like any, but if I have to, I don't have problems like dropping anime, but I've been putting more effort in like in not dropping. For example, yesterday and like the last week I finished some like two animes that if it were in 2020 or 2021 I would have dropped them. Blue Lock, I finished it on the 25th of March, and it's not that I liked it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, but there were like times I was just like, ugh, I'm tired of it, and it's getting like boring and annoying, and like I don't see the point in like finishing this. But I put in more effort, and like I finished it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it was great. And then the other one I finished yesterday was let me find it, was Tomochawa Onanoko. I liked it, but I also gave it a 7 out of 10, by the way. But there were times where I was just like, ugh, I'm tired of this. It's like a romance like anime, and those animes just like give me like a lot of anxiety. But I made it. I put in effort, and I actually finished it. Another anime that I'm still thinking if I should drop or not, is Horimiya. I've watched this one. I started watching this one on the 3rd of March 2022. But this one, it's also, it's like a romance. And I remember the latest episode, I watched the 7th episode. I was like almost crying watching that episode. So it's like here on my on hold list. So I'm still not sure if I'll drop it. I have to think more about it. So yeah, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed. I want to make more videos about like anime and like talking about my anime list, because it's something I put a lot of effort in. If you want to visit my like anime list, you can. It's at Andy Crystal. I'll put like the link down below, and like over here the name. And yeah, I also want to make like a full like video about my entire completed list. In total, I've watched 187 animes until, today as of filming this video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye!